Good
Boop.
evening.
So do they have 4 ears?
No, they only have 2. They're on
We
the top.
already talked about that.
Really?
You gotta come up with new material if you're gonna give me that cold open.
I've
Hello.
done this before?
Yes, you've done this bit a
You
1,000
have.
times.
Huh.
I did send you a drawing of a cat girl with 6 ears, just for your viewing pleasure.
Like God intended. Hello, and
You
good
think some of
evening to
them have,
this
like, hobbit feet?
abomination of a stream. Welcome to the Ashe and Shade Committee, where for some reason Catgirl's the name of the game. There's not a single tabaxi. Y'all have never met a fucking tabaxi in this game, and all of a sudden,
No,
this
is
the
there a
bit.
lore
Not 'cause
reason?
you know it's
Because
dangerous.
where'd the birds go, Curtis? Where are the bird people?
Boy, if you had
Where are they?
if you hadn't
keep talking
earthquaked
about
the
them.
fucking arena, you might have found out. Anyway, we're back. Hello, good evening. I'm Curtis, your GM for the Ashe and Shade Committee. With me are the usual suspects here. We've got Thalia, played by Rachel. We have Lami, played by Josh. We have Ronan, played by Chris. And we have Harry, played by Xylus, the chief mod, executive gremlin. 4 gremlins in a trench coat? I don't know if you
We keep growing in power.
Oh, good.
Are you
Yes,
up
the
to
royal
11
we.
yet?
All of them. All of the goblins and all the trench coats.
Wee.
A hive mind in here.
So, speaking of hives, y'all kicked open one of those last week in making your way into the Klanks. Trying to sneak your way through what appears to be an underground city of some kind, but not really like city populated by people. Abandoned and definitely a little too Spartan and a little militaristic to be an actual piece of civilization. Making your way through, y'all were sneaking your way around the Klanks when Ronan fell out of time with the rest of the group and was grabbed by an earth elemental called a Zorn. Grabbed onto him, Ronan decided the fuck with you, and Shatter, I believe 2nd level Shatter, kind of rang the bell to wake up the terror that your boy Saldrin, Harry's friend Saldrin, was guiding you, hopefully, around. Fortunately, the terror and the rest of the inhabitants of this undercity woke up and were doing some chasing. Y'all discovered that the terror itself is a mechanical naga, larger than usual, and is capable of speech in Celestial. There was a brief conversation between Thalia and Ronan where the Guardian instructed you to run and would try to keep its brood, its children, from running amok too much. As y'all took off at a dead run, this thing slithered its way back towards the center of the city. But as you came up to the exit, where Saldrin had intended to lead you guys outside of the city, a pretty sizable set of stairs leading up to a wall, to a similar doorway to what you came into, and the way in front of you crowded and covered in a carpet of furry rat folk that Saldrin referred to as ferals. Any questions? Anything I missed before we start? Anything y'all feel is important?
What was the inside of the little buildings like?
Inside of the little buildings was very much like a studio apartment, like a one-room house with a desk that only seemed to open when approached by something magical. Ronan attempted to mold earth his way through the door, and the thing seemed to eat the spell to open the door. Any other questions? Or things that you feel were important? Oh, don't worry, Josh. I have things for you.
I wasn't here.
Correct. Lami had been poofed away into a
Whacker.
storm cloud. So we'll start on the surface.
What? That's not loud.
On the streets, on the outskirts of Kondo, in one of the less opulent districts. Houses here made out of cast-off materials. It would be, in any other city, they would call it a slum. But the capital of Kondo is too prestigious to call anything like that a slum. They just call it the works. Because there is always work in progress going on there. But at the works, the sun is starting to make its descent towards the horizon. Folks are starting to close up shop for the day. Starting to handle a lot of their business and wrapping things up. Gentleman is putting some vegetables onto a cart when there's a rumble from beneath their feet. And this poor man's cabbages, stacked so precariously, so delicately, start to tumble onto the floor. And he looks, he goes, and he goes to pick them up, and there's another rumble. And more cabbages start to fall. And he starts looking around, and other shopkeepers are noticing their window shutters are clanging open and closed as the ground beneath them starts to shake from an earthquake. And this man watches his entire cart overturn, and he throws his hands up to the sky to cry out a line that would get me copyright struck by Nickelodeon.
No.
As the ground splits open in front of him into a crevasse that leads down into the dark that he can't see. And as he looks down into that darkness where all of his cabbages are gone, overhead there's a swirl of storm clouds. And a bolt of light shoots straight down with no thunder. A flash of brilliant blue light. The rest of you underground, there's this first crack of daylight as the top of the Klanks splits open. And there's a bolt of blue light shoots down, striking the doorway where you all are headed, where Saldrin has pointed and directed you to go. There's a crash, not of thunder, but of metal hitting stone. Islami, you rematerialize in a superhero landing.
Can I be yelling the whole way down? It's like, ah!
Yeah, yes, there is a scream. There is no sound of thunder. There is a draconic scream as he goes by of someone who's very afraid of what's happening to him. And you hit the ground. Looking up from your 3-point stance that you don't remember being in when you left the shower. You've been incorporeal for a couple of hours now. You left the shower standing up, not wearing pants. And now you are...
Wait, am I wearing pants now?
Oh, yeah, you're kitted up.
Oh.
You're not in your traveling clothes.
Got pants, okay.
You're in full plate.
I like to have my arrival pants, generally.
Yes.
You
are
full
in
plate now?
brilliant
No.
blue full plate.
Oh, I'm blue and full plate? I don't look deserty anymore?
No, you do
You took my desert costume?
Standing there, 3 points, like full of, like, think Iron Man landing. Like, you just showed up in the middle of this. And the sound of your impact echoes through this chamber. What do you do, Lami?
I look around. Do I see? Who do I see? How do I see?
Roll me. Are you looking for anything in particular? Or are you just looking for a sit rep?
Everything.
What's your-
It's
Roll perception for me.
What do your
everything and
dragon eyes
anything,
see?
all of the time. 15.
15. What's your passive? Like 10?
11.
Perfect. Okay. So, looking around, you are standing at the top of what looks like a sort of winding but angular stairwell. Sort of looking up from the stone underneath your feet. Looks like it's been blasted with unbelievable amounts of heat. almost fused into glass. And as you kind of stand up, you see that there are chunks of sharpened glass kind of poking through that are different colors, mostly black and white. But as you kind of pull up, you see up in front of you, up from where you're standing down, leading down the stairs, you see a horde of large rats. Some of them are standing up on their hind legs, and they're coming up to about 3-4 feet tall, about the size of a goblin for the most part. But it is an ocean of them. They're crawling over each other. But as you've landed, they've all kind of frozen as you've landed. They haven't reacted. They are doing the prey. They have that prey response where something just happened. They're going to freeze and figure out what the fuck you are before they interact with you. With the 15, you see pretty far down the stairs, basically at the base of these stairs, you see your friends. You see Ronan, who I believe is still giant.
Wait, are they behind the rats?
They are
the rat
like,
board?
They are they are down at the base of the stairs. And this,
Am I in the middle?
You are on the far side of the horde. The horde is between you and them. Right.
Oh, that's what I asked, just with different words.
Yes. Sorry, the horde is between you and them. There's a long stairwell for them to climb to get to you. But you see Ronan, who I believe is holding Thalia at this moment. You see Harry, the poor sod that you brought back to life a day or two ago. And you see another rat, taller than the others, about on a height with Harry, who is actually wearing clothes and is kind of covering his ears and looking around. You also see, sort of with the sunlight, the late afternoon, evening sunlight streaming through, you see an absolutely fucking-enormous metal snake.
Oh.
Sort of poking its head up above what looks like a city. A lot of the buildings where this snake is about maybe 2-3 stories tall. This one, like, you can see the head coming up over some of the shorter buildings as it's looking at you with an oddly humanoid face at the front of this snake.
Creepy. I'm gonna wave at everybody. I hope I didn't interrupt anything.
Can we tell it's Lami?
Especially from your height, there is no helmet. It is you see Lami's face. He's just decked out in like blued steel plate.
He's very blue. Dabu dee dabu die.
Saltun just goes, dabu dee dabu die indeed.
I guess he didn't die though.
Harry's absolutely cowering on the ground right now.
That seems the problem.
It's been a long day.
That I guess seems the problem of finding him again.
It does.
Huh.
Finding who?
Weird.
Lami.
Is that one of
okay.
yours?
Yes.
Which one's Lomi? Oh, that bastard.
That's rude. What are the rats doing?
Do we still have comm links? What are y'all doing?
Yeah,
Can you hear
y'all
me?
still have comms.
Yes.
What are the rats?
They're called
Why are the
pharaohs.
rats?
Non-lethal preferably.
Would
The
we
Naga
like
over
the
there is
rats?
trying to protect. The Naga's trying to protect them. They're probably not happy with us right now.
Ronan, are you okay with rats?
Yes.
Oh, well, Ronan's okay with rats.
Can you make them all afraid of you?
Oh, yeah. One sec. I walk up towards them.
Okay. Roll me an animal handling check.
Oh.
This is your secret. This is your secret ace in the hole that you've dumped expertise points into.
11.
11.
I pet the hippogriff.
They're
No,
starting.
petting things is a -8.
They're starting to, as you approach. 11. Because they're the ones that you are directly closest to start to start to kind of scoot backwards. They can't get very far because, like a crowd at a concert, there's nowhere for them to go back to. But they are, they're trying to make their way back and scoot away from you as you approach. The ones on the outside are seeing your attention is kind of not on them, and they're starting to slowly kind of move away from the group around the perimeter of this sort of 10-foot circle, this sort of 10-foot hemisphere that they just don't want to fuck with you. And the ones on the outside are starting to make their way past you. And you see one or two of them sort of dart. You see one or two of them, once you get like sort of past that group, they start to run into the tunnel behind you.
I think they're already afraid of me. I don't think I really do anything.
I guess. Onward?
Around now,
So-
Ronan shrinks.
Saldrin, do you know what's going on here?
These are
Do you have-
not... I don't know how it is with your kind of young, but usually ours are a little hungrier than the average, and there's a lot of them, so they'll fight for whatever food they can get. The fact that they are afraid of your friend is a bonus, but it's only a matter of time before they turn on each other and us, because they're hungry. It's only a matter of time. We should really keep going.
Through them?
We can go back.
I just start walking.
Okay.
I mean, I'm swimming through them towards you.
Okay. As you, Lami, as you start to walk further and further down the stairs are only about 15 feet wide, so they are really kind of pressing around you. And as you walk by, they're starting to stream through that tunnel behind you. But as you keep making your way down, Ronan, as you start making your way through, can you roll me animal handling, please? Actually, everyone roll me animal handling.
This is a perfect corridor for Fusro Da.
It is. I rolled pretty darn well. 21.
18.
I got another 11.
Anyone?
Twinsies.
21.
Great.
Okay.
Look at us.
Lami, as you are continuing to push, that 10-foot sort of gap that you have around you starts to shrink as the rats aren't able to move backwards anymore, and they're starting to get more and more agitated. And eventually one of them, as you're continuing to just mosey down the stairs casually, they start to clump up and they're starting to hiss and lash out at you with their tails. The tails are just flicking off of your armor, but they are becoming rapidly displeased with your approach. The rest of you are kind of... The crowd is pushing back against you, but you're able to kind of work your way through... You're starting to make your way up these flights of stairs, keeping most of your footing, and you're not the big scary threat at the top of the stairs. You're just bigger, less hairy rats trying to work your way up into this crowd. Oddly enough, Saldrin is not on all fours like most of these ferals are. He's up on his hind legs, kind of walking like you guys are. But after a little while, he starts to fall behind, and he goes, "Big one, can I get a lift?" Thank you.
Yes.
And he just jumps on, he like kind of crawls up your back and is kind of looping himself sort of across your shoulder and just kind of perches up there. And he's like, "Sorry, I didn't give you time to answer. There's a lot of them." And he kind of pulls his tail around and starts looking. He goes, "See, a couple of them bit me. You're hungry, we should move. We should go quickly." Can I get another round of animal handling checks? And Lami, since you weren't here last time, may a D100, please.
1 sec. There it is. It's like a meteor.
Ball.
13.
A 13, you say. Excellent. Okay. What did everybody get on their animal handlings?
12.
12.
And
Ooh, twins again.
12 total, 10, and
7.
7. Amazing. So as you guys start to push closer together, the horde around you starts to be less of a mass of bodies and more just furry water almost. There's just, you're wading through this press of fur and mammal. And there is another brief rumble. And the cavern you're in starts to shift a little bit. And a large piece of what looks like machinery, a large piece of, enormous piece of metal, the size of a city street. You hear, "Pting." And with the sunlight coming through, you watch as this piece of metal swings down, clangs against the wall, and it rings with this resonance, and that drives the rats crazy. Can I get initiative rolls, please, from everybody?
Oh, crap.
Uh-oh.
16.
Man, my rolls are not great tonight. Anybody within 10 feet of me? We didn't even get that close yet.
Nope. Y'all are still probably 60 feet away through difficult terrain. We'll say
Oh,
at the
perfect.
very least. Lami, you've got a little. If you walk, it won't be difficult terrain. But if you dash, then that will be difficult terrain because you're like pushing into a crowd that isn't afraid of you. Your bubble's about to collapse in a very unpleasant way.
My bubble's fine.
Harry, you got a 16. Thalia, what'd you get?
19.
I'm doing this all kinds of ass backwards. Sorry, 25 and up. No? Great. 20 and up. Ronan, what'd you get?
22.
A boy.
Nice.
And then we had a 19, a 16. Lami, what'd you get?
13.
13.
Not a great rolling night.
Saldrin. And the boys.
Here comes the boy.
They're back in town.
Hello, boys.
Perfect.
Welcome.
So Ronan doesn't have the same ring as Solami, but as you are walking through this crowd with Saldrin on your shoulders, you watch as with the ringing of this piece of steel, this enormous gong, all of the rats start to swirl and turn on each other, and they just start kind of attacking randomly in the crowd. What would you like to do?
So I'm still holding Thalia. And what's his name? Saldrin.
Saldrin, yeah.
I mean, I figured that you probably let go of me once the.
Once you
Would I
got
let go
small.
of you?
Oh,
Yeah, I guess probably, maybe.
probably. Considering I've been rolling the animal handling checks, like I've been in the mosh pit too. So.
True.
I also assumed that you would put her down once you were not large. I didn't think you would encumber yourself.
Would like to rage.
Excellent.
Who saw that coming?
Roll on your rage table for me, buddy. Show me what you got.
What is it? Is that a 1 or a 7? It's a 7. Scrolly. Flowers and vines temporarily grow around me until my rage ends. Ground within 15 feet of me is difficult terrain for my enemies.
Okay. Who
Which is either good or bad.
I was gonna say, who isn't an enemy at this point? I feel like there's a much
The
shorter list.
ferals
Are not an
wait.
enemy? Excellent.
No, the
All of
ferals
your
are an enemy.
Okay. So your party members
Yeah.
are cool. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's 15-foot radius.
Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, through this ground, weird growths, weird vines, almost like lichens and things that you're not super familiar with in this part of the world, start coming up and just tripping up everyone. All of these rats that are swirling around you, they are starting to slow down their scurrying, but you're covering basically the entire width of this stairwell with this. It's a big dramatic flight of stairs. What else would you like to do, my friend?
Can I raging pick up Thalia? Because I guess she's probably near me.
If Thalia consents to be picked up.
As part of my rage, I can move up to half of my movement speed because of instinctive pounce, so I can move 20 feet off the bat.
Okay, so 10 in difficult terrain.
10 in difficult terrain. Can I use a thing that's a bonus action as an action? Can I use Giant's Might as an action? It says as a bonus action.
Right. Because this is
bonus
honestly
action
a
be
very
an
large,
action?
a large part of rules is written. I believe you can,
We've got
and
a court for this.
I'm gonna
Right,
allow
lawyer.
that. Jeremy Crawford be damned. I'm gonna allow that.
Okay.
However, as a compromise, I would let you pick up Thalia or move. Because technically I would make it like it would be a very easy action to pick somebody up. Like if you wanted to pick her up and move with just your rage, that's fine. If you want to Giant's Might, I'll let you pick her up or move.
I will pick her up and Giant's Might.
Okay.
Because then she's at least off of the ground, and I think they're small-ish.
They're like 4 feet tall. Like so now that you're a large person, they're like
So
chewing
now
around
that
your...
I'm like 12 feet tall,
Yeah, now that you're
I'll kind of hold her up here.
Saldrin's like on your shoulder, and he's like, "Oh, there's more room here now. This is lovely." Kind of like, he pulls himself up into a more stable position and like puts his hand on your head for balance. He's basically standing up on your shoulder. He's a rat. He's got balance. His tail's whipping around to keep him stable. So you're kind of holding Thalia out of the rats.
Yes. And that will end me turn.
Okay, my buddy. At the end of your turn, you're going to take 5 piercing damage, reduced to 2, as these things are just chewing and just like scratching and chewing all around your feet. Good call getting your friends out, though, by the way. Very smart move.
Oh, God. Harry.
Thalia, your
I
turn.
was waiting.
Oh no. It's okay, I'll heal you.
Yep.
You're up,
Not
Thalia. What
again.
you doing?
Bye.
Cast Enlarge on Harry.
Oh
Big
gosh.
Harry.
All right, are we on swarm rules? Is that a thing? Looking at Bane.
Okay. Because there's a lot of...
So I didn't know if you were, because I know like small rats you can sometimes
Right.
like I cast Bane on the swarm,
Right.
or it could be a Pathfinder thing. I don't know.
Can occupy another space. Move through any opening large enough for a tiny insect. I would say... Boy, that's a lot to Bane. Because they're a
Up
little...
to 3 creatures of my choice.
Right.
Harry and 2 rats.
There you go,
Perfect. That's the one
faster.
you target. Baning would... You could hit 3 rats in that Bane. Right now, they are honestly more of a obstacle. They're more of a piece of terrain than a single creature. I would say. So I will. Yeah, don't. I'd save the spell slot.
Okay, just checking. Wow, nothing is useful. This is great.
There's always polymorph.
That did cross my radar.
There's always polymorphs. You could polymorph Harry. Turn Harry into a T-Rex. That worked really well for Laker last time. That's a world I want to see, actually.
Giant ape. Have you ever seen a giant ape?
Yeah, I've seen.
You do know I have the monster list up on my
screen. Oh, I'm aware. I'm well aware. You are the. I expect nothing less from you.
Oh, you should
turn him into a giant mole.
Don't turn me into anything.
Don't turn me into anything unnatural.
I was about to say you picked me up. So that
you
really
let me die.
Okay. I'm terrible at this. I apologize. I'm just gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Harry.
Okay.
Now you're inspired to die.
Harry, are you okay?
I'm great, thanks.
What's the Bardic Inspiration die?
I believe it's still a D8. I will double check that.
Okay.
D10 now.
D10 on
D10. Look at you.
Saving throws and checks.
Saving throws, checks, or
right.
attacks.
And attacks. Oh boy. Okay.
Nope. Go start stabbing rats around here.
Okay. Harry, you were next with your 16.
Oh, cool.
So you just watched your heroes, the big Goliaths, just pick up all of your friends are being carried away on this raft of man meat, known as Ronin, and you're just kind of there, surrounded by angry, chewy rats.
Yeah, I think Harry's just been like doing the big step, like the high knee step through these rats.
Oh.
Trying so hard not to like kick them or like step on them, because he's chill with the rat people. Then just seeing everyone else leave, like, okay, great, that's fine. How far do these rats extend? Like 60 feet, you said?
You're about 60 feet from Alami, who is currently kind of bottlenecking this swarm of rats going into the tunnel.
Okay.
The tunnel that you're pretty sure Saldrin you guys need to go through.
Right.
So you're currently like, but they extend about 60 feet in front of you, and are starting to. They're mostly, a lot of them are behind you as like the horde is kind of coming together, and you're starting to see them like piling up and starting to see what handed footholds they can get on these walls. Start scurrying up the walls.
So, am I able to try and dash?
You can move through them. It will just cost you, moving and dashing is all at difficult terrain. So basically, if you move and dash, it'll be your normal movement speed.
Okay, which is 35. Can I try some acrobatics, like off of Ronin or something, to try and get myself a little farther?
You could try if you want to jump on Ronin and climb him. I'm sure, like, you could do that too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try for that.
Amazing.
What would you like me to roll?
Ronin, do you consent to being climbed on?
Sure.
Okay, I'll need an acrobatics check to grab onto him.
Okay. You're not leaving me behind again. So that's a natural 20 plus 11.
Beautiful.
Here we go.
So, yeah, you're with your high stepping and just getting over everything. You basically,
pardon me.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a springboard off of a couple of the rats. There's a tussle going on, and you just kind of plant your boot and kick off, and you basically like grab onto Ronin and just like get around his neck, like almost like a 4-year-old, like around the neck of their dad. Ronin, you feel this tension around your neck, but it doesn't squeeze like it's trying to kill you. And your neck is pretty big, so you're not in any danger of like suffocation or anything.
I swing my head back. Just kidding.
Suddenly there's a garrote around your neck. Aha!
Swing my head back. Harry, you're unconscious and in the rat horde. Good luck. Start making death saves.
Excellent.
Okay. So now there's... Lami, you just watched all of your heads pile on top. Ronan is literally like a parade float. That's a beautiful mental image, and I love it. Saldrin, from his position up top, what the hell's he gonna do? You see
calm emotions on 600 rats.
You see him sort of, again, balancing on your shoulder remarkably well with his tail kind of keeping him counterbalanced. You watch as he kind of reaches down and pulls back the sleeves of his kind of ratty coat, and you do see a pair of knives that are basically like he has a knife sort of on his belt that he pulls up, but he's got like a wrist blade, like full Assassin's Creed wrist blade. He's got all his fingers.
Blade?
No hook blade. No, just
no
like a
hook
regular
blade?
Just a regular, just quick. Almost assassin tools, which is weird because this guy seems more like a thief than an assassin, but he's got it. And he's just standing there with the knife and his sleeve pulled back in case he needs that, and he's just waiting for them to do something else as this crowd is getting more and more agitated. Lami, what you up to, buddy?
Wait, which way are we meant to be going? Anyone?
Outgoers. Not towards us. Away. Turn around.
Right.
That way.
I go that way. I'm gonna walk that way.
Okay. So you
I don't
stop,
have a raft.
You stop and turn, walking back the way you came, and they start. There's a brief moment where that bubble. You get about 5 feet ahead before they realize that you're walking away from them, and they start to move. Some of the more opportunistic ones, seeing the opening, start to scurry, but they'll get to do more of their stuff on their turn, which is right now. So they start to make a break for it, sort of scooting around you, Lami, as you're making your way back. Now that you're not making my way. Now that you're not being this oppressive, predatory presence, which I will not say 5 times fast, they are starting to just scamper past you, kind of sidling up along the edges, compressing themselves into the nooks and crannies of the stairwell and just running. On those that are still with the group are still kind of fighting and chewing, and some of them are taking an increased interest in Ronan's little tootsies. Ronan, you're going to take 7, so 3 piercing damage from their little teeths.
God, I want to kick one as a reaction so bad. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Do it. Punt the rat.
Coward.
I want to
Yeet.
so bad.
We're proud of you. We're all very proud of you.
Well, if you punt one, how would they know? There's so many.
There's so many. How would they know?
They're not gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
How would they know? Can we see what the snake is doing behind us?
What an excellent question, because the
I
snake's
forgot
up.
all about that thing.
Don't worry, the Naga's up next.
Don't
No,
worry, I
it's a
didn't forget
snake.
about it.
How many people?
Is there a little flaming dwarf beating on it?
There is, as you're looking, the Naga is like snaking around trying to see what's going on and like ducks down between a building, and every once in a while you just see this bright burning humanoid figure just whee over a building and then thud to the ground, and some
I'm
cursing.
so proud.
Some cursing in Ignis, which is like you hear some cursing in an elemental language.
I am so proud. My boy.
That doesn't hit that many targets, though. That's a bummer.
I thought we were friends with the Naga. I thought he was letting us leave.
No, Naga's trying to help.
Oh.
So conflicted on that Naga. Not a fan of Big Snake.
No, she's a polar bear dog.
Okay, so as you're kind of looking back, yeah, completely over my head. We're moving on. I'm ignoring that for legal reasons. There is a brief moment where you see the Naga kind of pull up in sort of the center of this room, directly underneath the sunlight. And you watch as it's looking up towards the sun and looking back towards the entranceway, and kind of looks like it's preparing itself for something, and it throws its head back, and you hear it shout in common. All of you hear this. My children, leave them. Come back. This world is not safe for you. Your fight is below. Channel that fury below. There will come a time, but it is not now. Come back. And there is a pulse of magic that rides out with this. I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw. At advantage. You're not the intended targets of this, but I need every single one of you to make it. Saldrin does not roll at advantage. Oh boy, he should have rolled at advantage.
That's a nat 20 on the first one. So.
Beautiful. Do you want to go for double? Do you want to go for the...
That's not a nat 20.
Damn. I was hoping...
I got a nat 20 and an 18.
Wisdom?
Wisdom save, please. You're not within 10 feet of line, unfortunately.
I got a nat 11 plus 1, so 12.
Okay.
Should have given Ronan the Bardic Inspiration.
I mean, he's already out advantage. Oh, yeah, the D8. D-
Is it
D10.
D8?
D10.
Oh.
What's the freaking DC?
She's a fancy bard.
Why can't I see your DC? Why is this the hardest thing in the world for me to do right now? Ronan, you got an 11, you said?
12.
12.
Because I rolled an 11 plus 1.
And I need to see what these kids are doing.
Not the kids.
Are they just like extra rebellious little ratlings?
So the ratlings
Flipping
all
off Mama Snake?
start to turn and slink their way. The fighting kind of dies down a little for most of them. So we had 2 nat 20s. Lami, what'd you get?
18.
18. Cool. And Ronan, you got an 11. That's a real bummer, buddy.
Yep.
12. Sorry.
12.
Oh no, not our
the
best.
emphatic finger point in silence was really terrifying, honestly. Being judged again. So with that 12, Ronan, you feel this tremendous desire to come back into the middle of the city, to be taken care of, knowing that there is a bigger fight for you underground.
Is he immune?
You're the raft.
Are you immune to being charmed?
I don't think my rage does that. I don't think my rage does that.
This is a command with a capital C.
How many seeds?
It ends early if I'm knocked unconscious and haven't attacked a hostile creature since my last turn or taken damage.
I think it's like mindless rage that has the weird...
Yeah, I don't think I have that yet.
Yeah. So, on your next turn, Ronan, you and Saldrin will move towards the Naga by the shortest and most direct route.
Awesome.
But wasn't everybody on Ronan's shoulders? He was the boat.
Hey, Ronan, it's your turn.
I guess I turn around and move 40 feet towards the Naga.
Wait, big fellow, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? We're going the other way.
I just really feel like I should go this way.
Why?
Saldrin on the shoulders, like, no, we gotta go home. Like, we have to go back. No,
we gotta leave. That's why we're here.
She told us to go back. We have to go back.
And I'm telling you, we came down here to escape. We gotta go. Not back there. We gotta leave.
No. Did you?
Ronan, we are meant to be going up.
Talia, back me up here.
You heard what she said. We have to go.
Yes,
we have to go
out
back.
the tunnel. We have to go out the tunnel.
We have to go back to her. She said to go home. Mother said to
It's
go
not
home.
my turn, but I want to slap him.
I'll give you a slap as a free action.
Thank you. Just smack him over the snoot.
So, Ronan, you're moving your 40 feet.
I guess.
Shortest and most direct route. Are you going to do... what else are you going to do on your turn? Are you going to dash?
Do I have to?
It doesn't say. Target move towards you by the shortest and most direct route, ending its turn if it moves within 5 feet of you. So the most like direct route down, as you guys have kind of made your way up the stairs. If you want to make your way towards the center of the city, you could just like hop the railing and drop and keep moving. That would be the most direct. It's an easy drop for you. It's like 10 feet.
I guess I do that.
Just turn, do. Woo! If any of y'all want to jump off,
yes,
if you want to use your reaction to drop and get off of.
I would like to bail.
Okay.
Ew.
Give me. Give me just a dex check. See which side of the railing you make it off on. Because Thalia, it'd be a little easier for Harry, but Thalia, you're currently like cradled in his hands, so
21.
getting out is going to be a little. Yeah, that'll work. 21, you could squirm your way
14.
right out. Tuck and roll. Harry, you're just able to like let go because you're the only one holding on to him. Like Ronan's not carrying you; you're just like attached to his buoy. So you can let go. Thalia, you're able to just like tuck and roll out of his hands before he steps over this railing and drops down. So Ronan, you with your 40 feet, I'd say you get like 10 feet past the banister with your regular movement. Are you gonna dash? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to use my action to use bolstering magic on myself.
Okay.
Which for the next 10 minutes, I can roll a D3 whenever making. It's a save. If I have to do it again, it's not a check. Oh, I'll still do it.
Okay. And does your rage end if you don't?
I mean, I just took
you did
damage.
take damage. You did take damage at
so-
the end of the rat's turn. Thank you for correcting
Mhm.
that. Okay. So yeah, you and Saldrin kind of just hop the fence and are making your way towards the center where this Naga has pulled itself up and is sort of in the sunlight, sort of basking in the sunlight and hearing this voice continue to echo off the chamber, "Come home, home, home." And you're starting to hear human voices from the surface as well.
Great.
Come to arrest you for those cabbages. That's a high crime.
However, we'll get to that. So that's Ronan. Thalia.
Oh God, I don't get to save again.
It's just this turn. It's not a Gaius. Or Gesh. Gesh. It's not a Gesh.
Gesh.
Gesharoo.
It's not a Gesh. It's not dominate person. It's just command. Just worked on an entire horde of rats that this thing was directly in control over.
So there aren't any rats near us.
The rats are they're still kind of, they're shifting down the stairs. They are no longer chewing on you. They're like crawling. Thalia, as you kind of drop, With a 21, you stick the landing, and a couple of rats are like snaking around you between your legs, but none of them are trying to bull you over as they're running home.
Okay. And by now, Ronan is
about 40 feet away directly, with a 10-foot barrier, like a 10-foot wall, sort of. You're above him currently. There's like a 10-foot height difference from where he's standing and the landing you're on.
So is it 20 feet from the ground to up there? Or is it 10 feet from the ground to up there?
It's 10 feet. Thalia's feet are 10 feet
Okay.
above the ground. So she's looking over you even though you're giant's mighted.
Okay. Because I'm normally 7'3".
Yeah.
Would I know that whatever spell it was fades rapidly?
Honestly,
Okay.
command is a first level spell. You know it's going to turn off in a second.
Okay. I am going to... And there's rats above and around us, right? They're just kind of
Correct.
in a bubble in the middle.
Yeah.
Alright. I am going to...
Rage.
Move... Surprise. No. Gonna move my normal 30 feet. And then on that point, or just so I'm on the outside of it, I want to cast Calm Emotions. Because I forgot I had that.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Calm Emotions so that the next leg of our journey should be also like the rats descending upon us aren't. They'll hit the Calm Emotions bubble before they
Okay.
find us.
Gotcha.
And I want to be just on the edge of it.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, you can pop that calm emotion, nice calming bubble. What are you, as you guys walk through it? I'm curious to see what does Thalia have a specific calming thing in mind, or is it going to be based on whoever's running through it?
Weaver would probably be nice in here. She's gonna grab her flute out and
Okay.
just start playing something really like quiet and low, not high frequency, just kind of low, lower notes, keeping things easy on the ear.
Okay. Beautiful. I love it. Excellent. Okay. So there's this sort of bubble of tranquility up in front of you that you get to run through, and the rats that are coming through are like, they're kind of in a scramble to get home, and they're like, yeah, okay, this is kind of nice, like a dog that's like, oh, okay, cool, all right, and then keeps moving forward. Harry, what you doing, friend?
Gonna tuck and roll after diving off of Ronan.
Mm-hmm.
How far do I need to make it through rats?
It's still a horde of rats up in front of you. You see Thalia's a little ways ahead of you, playing on her flute, which is kind of weird in the middle of a rat-infested room, but she's a hero, so that's what heroes do, I guess.
Right, freaking weirdos.
The rats, it's still a sea of rats. You're now kind of fighting upstream, but they are taking the most direct route, so some of them are climbing over the banister, dropping the drop and just moving back towards the center of the city.
Okay. I'm gonna try and big step dash again.
Okay.
Just high knees.
Just big ol' high knees.
If I do my bonus action, my cunning action, to dash again.
You're still, so if you're pushing, it's one of those things where like the harder you push to get through that crowd, the more it's going to resist you. It's kind of like quicksand. However, the banister looks open.
Oh, I will absolutely take a banister.
Beautiful. Can I get an acrobatics check? Because if you make
certainly can.
make the acrobatics check, I will make. Actually, what DC? I want to tell you the DC because this will be make or break.
Acrobatics. I've got a 22.
All right.
and I do have Bardic Inspiration. So just to make sure I make it, I'm gonna do the Bardic Inspiration on top of that.
Thank you for using the Bardic Inspiration. I'm here for it.
That's an extra 2. So 24.
24. So Thalia, you're kind of slowly moving forward, playing your flute, and you hear as Harry has kind of leapt up onto this wide stone, this stone banister, and is just sprinting by. Moving way faster than you would expect.
This old man is so done.
So he just wants to get the fuck out. So yeah, you'll go 70 feet. You will basically get to Lamy this turn by running up that banister. Yeah, you can be right next to your savior if you want to be, or you can stay on the banister.
I'm gonna stay on the banister and prepare to keep running.
Okay.
Zoom zoom.
Cover some ground. Yeah, Lamy, you're standing there watching all the rats and Ronan and the rat that's on Ronan's shoulder. Maybe Ronan has a rat friend. And all of a sudden there's this blur as somebody sprints up the banister by you.
Smells a little bit like smoke and ash. Can't imagine why.
Yeah, there's this faint smell of wood smoke and burning rocks.
Just look around confused.
Ronan, Saldrin's gonna jump off of your shoulder and continue running.
Can I use my reaction to grab him?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to use a reaction to try and grab him, that'll be a contested grapple check, so athletics versus acrobatics. Let's go, boy.
And I'm raging. I will use my D3, which I'm going to just use a D4 and re-roll it if it's a 4.
Mm-hmm. God, I got to get you a D3 one of these days.
A 2? Athletics, you say?
Yep.
31.
Whew.
I rolled a 19 plus 10 plus 2.
This is what happens when we're level 13 adventurers. So he goes to leap off, do this like dramatic swan dive. There's like diving into the mass of rats that are starting to run around you. You just reach out and catch him by the tail. You grab him by the tail and just reel him in real quick. He's still like scrabbling to try and get to the ground. He doesn't look back at you now that you grabbed his tail. You know this can't be comfortable. You know this is going to hurt. And he hasn't looked back. He's just so enthralled with this command that he has to go. You pull on that tail and you catch him. You've got him by the tail. Do you want to give him a better grip? Like, how do you hold him?
I want to grab him by the scruff.
Scruff and tail.
I'm big, so I
yeah,
feel
no,
like I can just
easy,
pick
just
him
like
up like
no,
a kitten.
mine. You're coming with me, like a proud parent or a disappointed parent, depending on the day. So congratulations, you have Saldrin, and even when he's trying, he's kind of like he's starting to lose some of that enthusiasm to dive forward as you've just got him picked up, but the rest of the rats are swirling around you. That's his turn. He did his best, buddy. Lamy.
Hello.
What you doing?
Ronan turned around. Did I see Ronan turn around, or am I just obliviously walking up a flight?
You probably saw Ronan. Like, you heard the command, you heard the call of this Naga, and you watched as Ronan and all of the rats kind of in unison turned, and Ronan just like parkoured himself over the banister and is walking away. But right now you just watched him, like, you saw the well-dressed rat try to dive off his shoulder. Ronan caught him. So he's got Saldrin in his grip.
Oh boy. Harry ran past me like the Flash.
Yeah, like full, like arms behind the back, like ninja run up a banister. Unless his hips aren't good enough to do that kind of running. I don't know, Harry. You tell me.
Oh. Like
I can heal Harry until their hips are good enough to do that kind of running.
You've done enough to Harry.
I guess I go back down towards Ronan. I'm just walking back and forth.
You're
Back and
covering
forth,
like the same
back and
20
forth,
feet of ground.
back and
There's
forth.
2 rats that are super confused about what the fuck you're doing.
I don't know what else to do.
With all these
I thought we were
spells, you have
gonna-
all these
we were
cool
gonna
things you
rally
can do, and you're just
on the
walking back and
stairs.
forth.
No, I don't want to hurt the rats. They seem nice.
Okay. Always doing that. Rat's turn. So the rats are, at this point, they've kind of shifted down the stairs. They're all moving in a single cohesive mass, and that mass starts to gum up at the base of the stairs. And they're starting to, like, try to understand what's going on in this space. All of a sudden, there's way more light than they're used to, looking up and blinking at the sunlight coming down through this crack in the ceiling. And a few of the entrepreneurial ones turn and start to shift and start continuing to move back up the stairs, and others are continuing to move towards the center of the city where this Naga is. Ronan, my big giant boy, can I get a dexterity saving throw from you?
Yeah? A saving throw.
Yes, please.
Am I within 10 feet of Lami?
No.
Then 20.
Didn't you do the thing that gave you?
It's not saving throws, it's ability
check.
checks. I thought it was also saving throws, so I was like, ooh, that would be handy, but it's not.
I'll give you advantage on this one, actually, because
I
as you're
I
looking.
did advantage because I assumed.
Okay, fair. So as you're kind of looking, you see all of a sudden the rats are avoiding an area, about 10-foot circle. It's starting to move towards you. And you watch the circle kind of weirdly as it comes up and settles directly underneath you, and all the rats are avoiding you. And you're looking down at it, and you see a hand come up for your ankles again.
What a bitch!
But you're able to the hand comes up, and he's like, no. You just kind of you're able to step free of the Zorn that's coming up for your ankles again.
What a bitch.
What a bitch indeed. He's gonna do that. And he's gonna do it again for your other foot. Can I get another one? This one also an advantage because you know the boy is here.
Not as good, but not as good. 17.
Will also miss. Miss by 1. So this one catches on your ankle and kind of pulls, but comes away with tatters of your pants, rather than any of your actual ankle.
What a bitch! He ripped my fire pants.
He ripped your fire pants. You don't see the
You
third
should burn
hand
him
come
as
up
reaction.
yet. You don't see the third hand come up yet, which is unusual in and of itself. The Naga, on the other hand, sees what's happening and sees that the rats are kind of conflicted. And it looks at you, Ronan. It goes, take him and run. You, Earth scum, need to leave. And it says now in Celestial. And it casts banishment. And you see these hands coming up, and you see the mouth starting to come up out of the ground, coming to chew on your rat friend's giblets, and just disappears. Because there's no way he's making that save. So that is its turn. Ronan, you're up.
I wanted to King Kong him so bad. I will take my new
what does
rat
that mean?
purse. It means stick my hands in his mouth and rip him apart.
Oh, like he does. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
That's a specific reference, but I got you.
Yes. I will take my new rat purse And can I jump? I'm like 12 feet tall. Can I just jump up there?
You're about 10 feet away. You could get a running jump and probably make it. I would need,
So I'm 10 feet away and it's 10 feet up.
correct. I'd give you a running jump with an athletics check. But that would basically be your entire movement, because your movement's what, 40 feet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, give me an athletics check to make that running jump. Like the physics kind of make sense because you're a bigger boy. So give me an athletics check. The dead stare at your stats is my favorite part.
I was just reading the jumping rules and how bonkers high I can actually jump.
How high can you actually jump per rules is written?
So a high jump without leaping is equal to 3 plus my strength modifier. If I move at least 10 feet immediately before jumping, I can make a standing high jump. So as a small man, I can jump at least 7 feet straight in the air. Like my feet can leave the ground.
Yep.
7 feet.
Yeah, you got mad hops.
You got mad hops. That was 25 plus 1. 26.
26, perfect. Yeah, with your rat purse, you just heard, boom, boom, and just like holding Saldrin over your head, you just just come up like the Iron Giant and just clear the banister and land.
Did I land next to Thalia?
Athalia is a little further ahead of you.
Okay.
You did squish 2 rats on the way down.
Oh. Oops.
I rolled a nat 1 and a 2. So like your just feet just like it's painless. Right in the head.
So we need to leave. I will dash another 40 feet.
Okay. So yeah, you're carrying your friend. You'll be really, really close to Thalia. For all intents and purposes, right next to her because you are a large boy.
All right.
Thalia.
Since I squished 2 rats, does my rage stay active?
He dealt damage.
I dealt damage.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you on a technicality.
There's blood on them feet.
Yeah, there's
worms in the dirt too, so you're always mad.
Constantly attacked by worms.
That's what relentless rage is, just noticing that
Just mad
worms
at the-
existed.
So many microbes. I hate microbes.
Germs everywhere.
So many germs. Germaphobe barbarian. Please, wizards.
Oh my gosh.
Give me this. Okay. Thalia, you're up.
I'm going to keep concentration on calm emotions.
Okay.
And go.
Okay. So yeah, running through your calm emotions will be normal movement speed. So you're
Okay.
able to kind of zip on through there without too much trouble. And then the second half, there's the numbers are starting to thin out here because the group that was in this rough location has made their way downstairs. Now all of the rats are streaming in 2s and 3s from the ones that got past Lami. And you see, at this point, yeah, you're probably right near Lami at this point. You're within the 10-foot bubble for anything in the future.
Bubble.
Bubble.
Am I in the calm bubble now?
How far away was I when I casted it? It's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. It's
Problems.
Lami, I'd say you're like right on the edge of the bubble. If you want to be in it, you can. If you want to be in this nice, cool, chill bubble.
I was walking.
Okay.
In my boots.
Lami, what is the most calming scent to Lami? What smell is relaxing to this point?
I gotta think of a weird one.
No, there are
Double
two
half that he
correct
left
answers.
behind.
There's 2 correct answers?
Correct. It's soup or soap.
No.
Ooh.
We'll go with soap at this go.
Okay. So you walk in and you smell. Someone did laundry. Oh, I smell delicious. I smell like. What kind of soap? What kind of soap do you smell when you walk in this bubble? Yes, I said
don't
delicious
know.
about soap. Don't judge me. My teeth are pristine.
Something minty.
Minty soap.
You never had minty soap? Oh my
Minty
god, it's
Smells
best.
like
That sounds so unpleasant.
great. So it
It's
smells
the
like
best. You get all tingly.
it smells like wintergreen.
That's
This is what it
mental.
feels to chew 5 gum.
No.
Oh, I did that to myself. Anyway,
Curtis, you're really having a time, aren't you?
listen. We're here. We're here to have a good time, not a long time, and I want this to be the best time possible. Mostly the game, specifically the game. Okay. Salami, yeah, you're smelling this wintergreen, and you're watching as Ronan just like ascends and lands with the rat in his hands, kind of looking confused, and just keeps moseying his way up the stairs. We're gonna keep the initiative order for the time being. Harry, what would you like to do?
Take a guess. I'm running.
You want to go back into the rats? You want to go hug
You
the
betcha.
Naga.
I'm gonna stab as many rats as I can.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna run.
We're friends with the rats.
Where are you running, friend?
I'm running away from every bit of nonsense behind me.
Okay,
The
so you're gonna
big
run.
guy, the pile of rats,
Oh, you're going the other way still.
You're going
going
into
for
the
the
tunnel.
tunnel. Yes.
Beautiful. How far are you moving, friend?
As far as I can.
Which is
We dashing.
We dashing?
We dashing.
Okay.
We gotta get a leash for Harry. They're
70
flight
feet?
risk.
Get an ankle monitor.
So the dash would be 70 feet. Plus my normal movement would be 35 more. So
So if you use your action to
Wow.
dash, your
Press.
bonus action to dash,
I didn't want to use my bonus action to dash.
you just want a regular dash.
Regular dash.
Beautiful. Okay.
I'm
And then
very
move.
sorry. I thought I muted myself to
No.
sneeze, and instead I unmuted myself.
Disgusting.
I'm very embarrassed. I'm very sorry.
I'm very proud of you, buddy.
Right
Okay.
in my ear holes.
So you start zipping down this tunnel, disappearing
I'm
into.
pretty sure Harry hasn't seen Lami since Lami turned blue. Would he be smart enough in his panic?
I'll leave that to
No,
you.
Tommy's
To,
always been blue.
When
Lami was blue.
Lami turned blue in the bathtub.
No, he didn't.
Lami turned blue.
Lami turned blue in Cormor.
Did he?
It-
No, I thought it was outside.
He was
of the-
bronze, brass, one of those two up
Yeah, he was
until the
outside
bathtub
of the-
recently.
Oh,
No, it was when he
was
touched
before-
the
it was before we
axe
got
to
to
the
the cafe.
sword.
It was before we got to the
yeah,
cafe.
that's when they touched butts.
Yeah, right in
It was
front of
after all the
thing.
festivities of the bonfire, and
Yeah.
And the last time that Harry saw Lami was the fire in the library.
The festivities by the bonfire, please. I don't think
yeah, that's true.
Wasn't
especially-
I borrowed something blue already?
you
were
had a
turning
blue
a little bit.
You had a blue patch, but you weren't
Did
fully
you?
decked out in blue, and the armor is very different from what you saw him in.
Yeah, I gotta roll in some dirt. I'm gonna get robbed.
So this is you do not recognize the strange blue dragon who just showed up and is scaring the rats away.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep running.
Okay.
Ain't having nothing to do with another dragon now.
As you start to run, it's starting to get darker in this tunnel. As it starts to curve, it gently curves off to one side.
Okay. I think I still have my light.
You want to pop your light?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Bonus action, pop a light. If that's okay.
Crack your cube or your little file that has
Canister.
your little canister, and this green glow just kind of emanates out, and you see there are a few straggler rats that are looking at you, but also looking at the rock.
Oh no.
just staring at it, kind of entranced by it. But also, you notice that coming down the tunnel, your light, as you kind of around a corner, you realize this tunnel is shut. There's a very
Shut?
large metal plate across this tunnel.
No. Is that what the rats are staring at? Is the plate, or they're looking at the rocks?
rats that are up against the plate are now turned and staring at your green stone.
Lovely. Well, I've used my action and my movement, so...
And your bonus action.
And my bonus action.
So, Lummy.
Hi again. God, well, Harry's gone. I can't catch Harry.
He is so gone.
I have to pick that. Yeah, I guess I.
He's not a child.
Rats still running rat ways.
For the most part, they're avoiding you. Some of them are starting to trickle back in two different directions. There's a 50-50 going on right now.
So I keep going towards my big boy.
Okay. So you're gonna push further into that dome of
Oh yeah,
minty soap.
yeah.
Minty,
All
minty
the
soap.
minties. Everything's nice.
Oh no, Rachel's getting out the whiteboard. This can't be good.
Uh-oh.
Nothing good happens
Rachel
when Rachel
will
has the
remember
whiteboard.
this.
So you're gonna keep making your way down. By this point, like the rats are giving you guys enough distance, and most of them have cleared out. Ronan, you're within like 30 feet of Ronan at this point. As he's
Nice.
boogied up.
Is he still giant?
He's still very giant, yes.
Talk to him very slowly.
What do you say?
I don't know yet. I was gonna formulate that.
Okay, sorry.
It was more of a joke, really.
Okay, that's fine. We can abandon the bait. We can move on. And I forgot. I skipped Saldrin in my turn order. He's like kind of rolling around, and he's like, "We're not going home then?"
No.
Oh. Right. Can you put me down? I'm not gonna go back.
No.
I promise. Oh. All right. All right. Fine. Listen. At least they're not gonna chew on me up here. Probably. What the fuck was that?
Snake.
Oh yeah. I got the snake. I saw the snake part. I fucking hate it. It makes sense to have a giant snake around a bunch of rats. That kind of fits. Whoever came up with that had a sick fucking sense of humor, though. Your nightmare fuel is what that is. Yeah, that's pretty much his turn, because he's not gonna try and wiggle out of your death grip you got him in.
All right.
Rat boys.
Rat boy and rat boy here.
Rat boy, what you
So
gonna do?
most of them are kind of milling around the base of the stairs. Some of them are starting to come up, and some of them are continuing into the city. The ones at the door with you, Harry, are staring you down for this crystal. And they're starting to drool. And they start moving towards you, kind of chittering to themselves, to each other. They're starting to move towards you and surround you in this green light.
This is going well.
They're not attacking just yet. They haven't done anything. They're just moving around you. Still in this green light. The Naga, on the other hand.
Did it see me squish 2 of them? Does it know?
Do you want to find out?
Yeah, well, I guess
Squish
I'm
2
gonna
more.
find out.
It's a little busy dealing with a couple of other things. What the hell's it gonna do? Lami, roll me another D100, please. Actually, I forgot to do this
Another
last turn, so that might give
D100.
me a solution.
That's 2 and a
Lonnie
night, my
casts
guy.
fireball on himself.
Nah, I wouldn't cast Fireball. Nagas don't know Fireball. You know something else, though.
Boomerang.
Takes a bit to settle. 84.
84. Wonderful. There's a chunk, 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 as one of the chains starts to slip from its mooring and slide down. Tung, 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 tung. This enormous rattle. As this
His chains are breaking.
these chains are just collapsing to the ground. As another rumble as the earth continues to shake and rocks are kind of shaken loose. And the Naga, again, rears up and in that booming voice, return to your nests and slumber again. There is still time. The doors remain shut for now. Sleep. Ronan. And Saldrin. I need wisdom saves.
But I'm right next to Thalia.
And
She
you're within 10 feet of
protects
Lami.
me? Am I?
This is another command.
Do I have advantage?
I mean, technically, if you're in the calm emotions bubble, I can suppress any effect, charmed or frightened.
Yeah, I'd buy that. I'd buy that because you're safe in the dome. So you and Saldrin are fine.
If you choose to fail that save. The calm
I did
emo-
not choose to fail it.
Did you fail?
I got an 18.
Okay, so you don't.
succeed.
Yeah, you'll succeed on
by
that
calm
save.
emotions.
Saldrin got a 3.
He fails.
So he's trying to get out of your grip again. Tally, what's the DC on your calm emotions bubble?
17 charisma.
So he passes that, but fails the wisdom save from the Naga. He's a very charismatic boy. But Ronan, can I get an athletics check to keep a grip on him as he's trying to run back home?
24.
Perfect. You, again, wiggling in that grasp, like he's starting to pull, like try to get his almost work his way out of his jacket, out of his clothes that he's wearing, in an effort to get free. But you got him in a grip. You're good. You're good. Okay, so that's the Naga. The Zorn was kicked out, so I don't have to worry about him for the time being. Yeah, definitely don't have to worry about him for the time being. So Ronan, you're up, buddy.
With my other hand, Thalia uppies.
Not if you keep wanting to go back.
I don't want to go back. I want to go up there.
I want to
You
go back.
sure?
Can I go back? Can I go home? Can I go back?
No.
All right.
I just kind of like
Kinda loop.
grab her and I'm gonna dash up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
with
we're
80
turning around
feet.
again.
80 feet. Yeah, you're able to just like bull rush through the couple of stragglers that are still coming home, and just blitz your way up the stairs to the top of this tunnel. where you are seeing again this tunnel is. Ronan, you've seen something like this before because you have some smithing experience. Whatever happened here was tremendously hot. There was a tremendous amount of heat used in the making of this tunnel.
All right.
What would you like? Anything else you'd like to do?
That was my action, my movement. I don't think I really have anything as a bonus action I can do
Stone's
at the
endurance?
moment. I mean, I could use second wind to regain 4 HP. Sure, it's on a short rest. Why not?
Okay. Also, your rage, I believe, ends.
True.
So as you're running up the stairs, the trail of lichen and moss and other green things kind of fades away, sort of trailing behind you as you finish running up the stairs. 80 feet would get you into a chunk of the mouth of the tunnel.
Do I see Harry?
You see a bright green glow from around a turn in the tunnel. You also see that the walls of this tunnel are black. And not the same sandstony kind of color as everything around it.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Why? Uh-oh.
Oh, black walls are never good.
If there's anything else you want to do, if you want to touch the wall.
Can
That's
without
rather
a-
suggestive.
I have a Thalia in one hand and a rat guy in another.
Okay,
Touch the rat guy to the wall.
I touch the wall with my elbow.
Kind of touch it. It's smooth. It's very smooth. As you pull your
Like
elbow.
something slid against it thousands
No.
of times smooth.
No. Like glass. As you pull your hand away, there's soot.
Are we in a crucible chute?
What do you mean?
Are we in like a chute that was used to pour very hot material into that was then funneled down into this undercity?
No.
We're in a volcano.
Are we?
Is Kondo a volcano?
Is it?
What isn't a volcano
Josh?
if you really think about it?
What
Really?
is
Yeah,
and is
yeah.
not a volcano? I'm
Because
not listen.
if the Earth's core is in the middle, technically we're all on a circular volcano.
Everything's a
Yeah.
volcano if you
Spherical.
try
As a
hard enough.
geologist,
Please enlighten us, please, for the love of
No.
God. This is okay. That's fair.
Everything is
I'm
a
enjoying
volcano.
this.
Got it.
Everything is a volcano.
Perfect.
and the sun is a deadly laser. This is
Sun
basic geology.
Laser.
Thalia, you're up.
Thalia,
Um,
touch the wall.
You guys are
Why?
almost like you're basically out of combat with the exception of Harry.
Harry is perpetually in fight or flight at this point.
Mostly flight.
Mostly flight, but ready to stab someone.
Okay. But Thalia, it is your turn.
I mean, I'm along for the ride.
I mean, if you start wiggling, I would let you go.
No, not quite yet, because we're not quite there. Guess I'll just hold a... I don't know.
Cast sickening radiance on Harry. End it quick.
Fuck
I
you,
know,
die.
almost guarantee he would drop dead instantly.
Eat 'em.
That's okay. I'll bring you back.
We got diamonds. Ronan
got
did
time.
say. Ronan did go. Thalia, touch the wall.
Fine, I'll touch the wall.
Your hand comes away with a whole bunch of soot and old dust and ash.
All we need now is shade.
This is fine. I'm just gonna, like, brush it off and ruin it.
Okay.
He's a dusty boy.
Harry, I'll go to you next.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
The rats are encircling you. They haven't done anything yet.
Gonna walk over to the door and see if there's a lock I can pick to open it.
Give me an animal handling check. Or are you just going to brazenly do this?
I was high stepping. Okay. That's a nat 1 plus 3.
Ooh.
So you go to move towards the wall. The rats dive on you. I need...
Okay.
We're going to make 3 attacks. What's your AC?
Great question. 16.
16. So that is a 9 and an 8, so those both miss. That's a 17. So the first 2 dive at you, and you just kind of you juke them real quick. But the problem is, first went left, second went right, and the third one pinned you right down the middle. But it doesn't go to chew on your face. It goes for your hand with that green glowstone in it. I need...
No, I need that.
An athletics check.
Can I convince you for acrobatics?
Holding onto an object? Yeah, I'll give you acrobatics.
It's like catch the fish with Granddad.
So I rolled a 6. So that's 17 total.
I hate you sometimes. I hate rogues. I hate them so much.
You do know the bards also has plus 11s.
I only get like 1 plus 11, and I got a... Oh, I have 2, sorry.
Rachel gets like a plus, like, what, plus 3 to every stat?
Pretty much.
Yeah, there's a baseline, like, plus something.
Also, persuasion, you don't want that.
But anyway.
No, listen, if Thalia wants to persuade somebody, it happens. And that's the way things are. However, you rolled a 16?
17.
17. Dude bro rolled a 15 on the die with a plus 3. Dives on you. And you feel that. You feel the mouth right around your wrist. And you feel your grip kind of slacken a little. And you feel that green glow pop free. You feel that little canister pop free of your grip. And you hear the other 2 rats scrabbling for it off to the side as this one keeps its hand on your wrist. You're going to take... that's rough. 7 piercing damage to your wristicles.
I'm down.
Oh, you're unconscious?
No, I'm
okay.
kidding.
Okay, don't do that to me.
The joy in Josh's eyes.
Josh was like, I get to heal again. Give him the clamps.
I get to traumatize him again.
Life's all about.
So that's Harry.
So that's...
So you lost.
What
you
was
lost
that
your
movement?
Light. Yeah,
I can still see by the light, though, right?
There
it's
are
still
2
here?
rats scrabbling over it. The light's real hard to see.
Okay. Can I check that door at all?
It's a very large door. Like this is
Okay,
this is a large tunnel, but if you would like to check, you can. It will be tricksy.
Well, I can't exactly hit this rat at the moment.
You got 2 hands.
Yeah, I do.
You got 2 hands and a +1 dagger.
I do have a +1 dagger. Yeah, why not? We'll stab him.
Give him a stab.
Try and stab him.
Okay. Make an attack roll for me.
Stab.
When that gets there.
22.
22. That will hit. Roll damage for me.
Oh boy. Let me roll for that. I roll one of these.
No sneak attack, by the way.
Dang it. That's an 8.
8.
Damage.
Okay.
Just like scrabbling around, trying to shake this thing off, and then shank it as much as I can.
To the hilt. Right center of this thing's chest.
Does
Is this
it let go?
First time that Harry's killed something?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is this the first time
He
he's killed
tends to
something
not-
humanoid? Or with
Um,
with sapiens?
Probably. He tends to try and just escape rather than fight his way out of things.
Okay. So yeah, you wave this knife around and right between the ribs, and you watch as this thing just kind of stiffens up and slides off of you. And kind of pull your hand free as a reactive jerk, but this thing is dead on the ground next to you. The other two are still scrabbling
Excellent.
over your green glow. But you
Can
are
I
free to
kick the
move.
rat down the hallway away from me?
Give me a strength check. See how far you can get. Also, are you getting your knife back?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna hold onto my knife. Set a strength check. Okay. That's a 9.
That's a 9. It's not a very strong kick. You kind of shove it a
We're
little
just
more.
trying to get it out of the way.
It rolls a little bit away,
Alright,
from,
cool.
away from this doorway. So yeah,
Cool,
you want
cool,
to take
cool.
a look at the door?
Yeah, do I still have movement to get over to the door?
I'd say you'd have enough to get to the door to start looking around.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then.
Roll me perception,
See if I could-
please.
See anything by the dim, scrabbly light.
At disadvantage, because of the light.
Oh, no.
There is not any consistent light source to see. This is not your best work.
That is my least favorite advantage. It's a 12.
Okay. As you're starting to work your way down this doorway, hearing the sounds of fighting, hearing the thudding of your unfortunate companion's footsteps, you're feeling smooth metal. Where anywhere that you're feeling, you're just not feeling a doorway. You're not feeling any aberrations on the surface. You are feeling something carved into this. It's almost like letters.
It's not Thieves' Cant, is it?
It is not.
Dang it. Okay, worth a shot.
I'll give you an intelligence check if you want to try and read it in the dark.
Okay. I'm just rolling all the dice. And that's a 6. Woo!
Whatever it is, it's got some blocky. It's blocky text. It is not a fluid or
Dwarvish?
cursive script. Maybe. Or the font is
Because your
just
boy
very
does
blocky.
read Dwarvish.
This is
Interesting.
pure feel, pure just like trying to read the
Fair.
text, like get a feeling for the text. This is not like a fancy script. This is not this is whatever language this is. It feels stamped into this door.
This is like utilitarian type
Correct.
text. Okay.
Not a
Cool,
serif
cool,
to be
noted.
found.
No. Not the
I
sans
think
serif.
That's a good spot to take a break, I think.
Okay.
Because it's 8:45. So, want to take a 10? Want to take a 15? What are we feeling?
I was muted. It's 8:43. It's not 8:45.
Way to
I'm
ruin
okay
my
with a
immersion.
10.
Let's take
44
10.
10.
now.
We cool with a 10?
10.
All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes, ladies and germs. Don't go too far away, and we will see you in just a moment. Okay, bye.
See you in 15.
Ten,
Bye.
Vegetables and chicken, making like chicken noodle soup, but with rice instead because Caroline hasn't been able to eat stuff. So I figured the
Hey, we're
rice
back.
would add like calories.
Hey, chicken and rice
Calories are
soup
good.
already exists.
It does, but I didn't buy that. I bought rice and chicken and
Soup.
vegetables and broth.
So
You made
chicken and
soup.
rice soup.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of chicken and rice soup, we're back. Hello. No one has it in this particular
soup.
tunnel
Oh,
y'all
can
are in.
cats eat rice? I don't know.
I think they can.
My cat eats bugs.
I think so. Bugs are rice.
So
That's not true at all. That's objectively untrue. But anyway,
Oh.
quick, before Rachel decides she's totally fucking done with us and abandons ship entirely. So we're back. I'll take y'all out of combat for right now, because you guys have escaped most of what's happened. A lot of the rats.
I
you-
just stabbed and kicked a
Eating
rat.
Harry?
I just stabbed and kicked a rat.
Yeah, you killed the one that was eating
I think
you.
that counts as
The
combat.
other two rats are no longer
Oh.
focused on you. They are fighting over. The two of them are scratching and fighting over your green glowing.
But what if
piece of
Harry
stone
wants
in
the
case
green
they glow.
glowing stone?
Harry, if you want the green glow, you can go back and get it. But as
Well,
the
I
rest,
can't read this door without it.
So the rest of the party is coming around the corner. You're making your way up the tunnel. Saldrin is still. He's accepted the fact that he's just going to get carried around by Ronan through this very large tunnel. That is this sooty tunnel, but you're looking down at the ground, and the ground itself isn't really sooty, which is weird. It's mostly the walls and the ceiling of this spherical tunnel. Circular, not spherical, circular. But y'all have kind of regrouped and are coming together, and coming around the corner, you hear the sounds of a scuffle, and you see the flash of shadows flashing across the green glow, and the sound of chittering rodents. What do y'all do?
Towards the
I want to get that lantern back.
Okay, yeah. So you come around the corner. Harry, are you attempting to get your lamp back?
You betcha.
Okay, roll me.
Can I get a clear shot on one of these bastards?
Sure. They're silhouetted against it. Roll me an attack roll.
I will
Is
do
it
that for
damage
you.
because they're fighting each other.
I
will
got
give
a
you
20.
Sneak,
Attack?
I'll give you sneak attack on this one for sure.
Excellent.
Dirty
I
or
will take
natural?
that sneak attack. Unnatural. I
Okay.
shoplifted it.
Pilfered that 20.
As my man does. So that's... Oh gosh, that's a lot of damage. I gotta roll. Mm-hmm. 15 damage.
Yeah. Tell me, how do you want to do this? How do you murder this rat?
Gonna reach down for the lantern as one goes to like bite my hand again. I'm just gonna stab it right in the back of the head.
Just,
Just so done with these
catch it.
things.
Okay. Do you have a second attack at this point, or do you just have the one?
I don't believe I do have 2 attacks.
Okay.
Because your boy only has 6 levels.
Okay. So, you know what? Give me one more attack. You and the rat will
Okay.
each get one more swing at each other. The rat's gonna hit
19.
22. You'll hit the rat. So, roll your damage. He'll roll his.
That's 10 damage.
Okay. So you're gonna kill him,
Without
but he's gonna
sneak.
hit you for 8.
Ah, bastard.
So you sink the other knife into this rat, but it is scratching and clawing at you as it dies on the floor. The rest of you come around the corner to see Harry holding this green lantern in his hand, and black blood that looks black in this light just dripping off the knife, and he's covered in scratches, and it just does not look like he's had a good time. But there's 3 dead rats in the hallway with him.
He's just gonna like turn his head slightly towards you guys. Like, eyes kind of haunted still. It's been a long time. These past 2 days. And just like brandishing the knife, ready to stab anyone else who wants to try and take his lantern.
Saldrin, from your grip, Ronan just goes, "Oh, shit. It's cool up here. I'll just stay up here with you if that's okay." Yes.
I put him down.
You son of a... You put him down. He's like, "Harry, you all right?"
No, I'm not alright. Do I look alright to you?
Well, are you gonna stab me if I come closer?
You gonna give me a reason to?
I'm gonna open the door if that's okay.
Then open the door, please.
Okay.
Get us out of here.
Hey, cool lantern.
Now,
Thank you.
Lobby this lantern.
Who are
looks...
you?
It's me.
You're another
No.
weirdo? Great.
Yeah, let me touch you. And I
Don't
touch
touch
Harry.
me. I'm gonna stab him. I'm going to stab him.
I'll give you the chance to like get out of the touch, or are you just gonna let him touch you and you shank him?
I'm going for it. I gotta.
If you'll let me acrobatics away, I will brandish my knife that way.
Contested dex checks.
All right, bring it, bastard. Are you kidding me? Do you want to go first?
Lonnie is the
No.
aggressor. As the aggressor, you go first.
All right. 5.
26.
Reaches out, like swats away, like waving the bloody knife at Lami, just like, you back the fuck up. Scoot away.
Don't touch me.
Hey! I'm just trying to help.
No.
That is
The last
all.
time one of you tried to help, I died, and I came
cast
back.
Stone rune on Harry.
Yeah, I brought you back.
What is this?
I need a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw from Harry.
What is going on?
Harry wanted to die, and I guess PvP is the way it's happening.
All right, that's 9.
Let me
Nine
touch him.
is-
Uh,
What does
This is
stone
so
rune do?
You're
Oh,
charmed by me. You have a speed of 0, and you're incapacitated, descending into a dreamy stupor. The creature
Oh,
repeats
no.
the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success.
Oh my gosh, why?
Let me touch him.
I touch Harry.
Okay. Are you gonna do
And-
anything?
I
or
did
just
not
touch?
consent to this.
I want to heal Harry for all of Harry.
How many
Oh,
hit points are you dumping into this?
15 is how far I'm down.
That's all. You're only down 15. Take 15.
My max is 45.
You fall into this weird stupor, and then you wake up feeling way
Oh.
better.
What did you do to me?
I touched you.
Harry's either charmed for a minute or until.
I'm gonna give Harry the save.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Harry the 1 turn stupefied, and then give the save.
Just gonna like swing the knife, just drop it down to my side, turn around, and like walk to the door. Defeated.
Do you feel better now?
I hate all of you.
Looking back at the wall, as Thalia, you're looking up at the wall, you look at it as the person not involved in the shenanigans. This
Someone
is a
has to.
well-engineered piece of machinery. This is several thick interlocking plates of steel, and written on it, carved into the surface of this text, of this door, in common, keep tunnel clear. And underneath it, blast exhaust tunnel A7.
Children, what is a what is a blast tunnel? And why do I not like the sound of it?
Frankly, normally I make this trip in the dark. I've never tried to read it. And also I'm glad that I wish I could go back to like 10 seconds ago and not remember what the hell that thing said.
I wish
it's
I
over
could
here.
go back to about 2 days ago, so.
And he starts kind of, he goes not to the center of the door, but off to one of the side tunnels and starts kind of pawing through a little bit. He goes, here. And he starts pulling on a couple of rocks. And he looks to you, Ronan, and goes, you're going to need to shrink down to fit back in here.
I would shrink by now. Oh, that's for a minute.
Oh, all right. Easy enough. Starts pulling these rocks away. And he peels apart. He pulls back a bunch of larger rocks that look like they're covering a square shaft, probably 4 feet wide, about 3 feet tall, rectangular shaft of metal plates running down in. And he goes, all right, we crawl in here, crawl till we hit a junction, hang a left, we're past this door, we're scot-free. This door's been shut as long as I've known it, so I had to find a workaround. There's a whole other network of these tunnels. I don't fuck with it.
So this little tunnel that we're going through just leads to the other side of the door?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
1.
What, you thought it would be hard? You think I
Where
was
the
going to take
hell
it
are
hard?
we?
We're under Kando. You've never been
2.
down here?
No.
Let's
Bless you.
just go.
Why? Why are we here?
Because we were getting out of the city to follow you.
Quietly was the intent.
Doing
Yeah, I
great.
think it's a bit late for that.
Just a bit late for that.
Considering the giant rift in the top of that cavern.
And the giant angry death snake.
Yeah, that'll be great for the city above, I'm sure.
It just wants to be left alone.
It does. I reach into the bag of holding and think about armor. Do I pull anything out?
Roll D percentile for me.
$77.
77. An auspicious number. You reach in,
I don't know what that word means, and now
Rummaging
I'm
around.
scared.
you pull out. You do pull out a helmet.
A helmet.
Full head helmet. Decked out in this oddly kind of mossy green color. But instead of the usual eye holes, it looks like there's a piece of yellowish tannish reflective material sort of across where the eyes would be, and the whole thing comes down and covers the entire head. It's too small for you. It would probably fit Harry or another someone of a more the head's too
I
small
don't
to
like
fit on
that
a
smile,
dwarf.
Chris.
It's well made. You
Why
have
are
no
you
idea who made
smiling,
this piece of
Chris?
armor.
I just want to put it on Harry and have him get overtaken by like some possessive spirit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to put it on Harry. I would have Thalia look at it first. But I put it back in the bag, and I guess
Okay.
I
As you're going to
clamber
put it
through
back,
the hole.
as you're putting it back in the bag, you feel script written on the back of it.
What's it say?
Finish the fight. So you put it back into the helmet, or put the helmet back into the bag.
You bitch!
What just happened?
I got you.
Microsoft is
Oh,
so
no.
mad.
That's fine. We already pissed off
boy.
Nickelodeon. They're owned by Disney. But yeah, so give me a dex check to crawl through this tunnel, my guy. The biggest
That's
one of the
why
party.
77.
I got you, boo.
I get it. Oh, you're so smart and wise. A dex check?
That doesn't give you advantage on the save, by the way. Calling me smart and wise.
Has it been 10 minutes since I cast that thing on myself?
Which thing?
The thing that gives me a D3?
I give you. This will be your last use of it.
3. 23.
Okay. It's cozy, and as you're starting to crawl through, there's a very loud kind of clong, clong as you're kind of putting your weight on these panels. But you manage to snake your way through, and you kind of get into the rhythm of how to move down here. Can I get dex checks from everybody else to squeeze through this tunnel? Especially you, Lami, in your full plate.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
With my disadvantage to stealth rolls because
Oh no, this
of-
is just dex.
I know, but that stealth is based on dex.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Thank you.
12.
12. Amazing. Harry, what'd you get?
8.
8. Oh no. Do
You
have
said
advantage?
dex, right?
I did say dex.
Yeah, so that's just 8. Acrobatics would be a different story, but I don't think I can flip and twirl my way through a tunnel.
No, you cannot. You cannot somersault your way through this tunnel. Let me see what this kid did. That's beautiful. That's a nat 20 from Saldrin. So Saldrin's gonna go last. Kind of closing up the gateway, closing up the tunnel behind him, and he's gonna help you. With that nat 20, he's gonna give you a little boost there, Harry, to keep you moving from. You're a little panicked. You feel like the walls are closing in on you as you're crawling through this tunnel.
Still like working off the stone rune stupor and
You're fighting through the stupor, fighting through the smell of blood and rat. You're just kind of, oh god. And he's like, no, you're fine. You're not. It's not claustrophobia. Nothing's collapsing. You're fine. Just reach out your hand. Great. Stop. Reach out with the other hand. Right. Pull. Just crawl. One arm in front of the other. There you go. And Saldrin is just talking you through this crawl.
what a pal that Saldrin.
He's a decent guy when he's not being told by a giant mother snake to come home. It's fine.
What a lad.
As you get to the tunnel, you do come to an intersection a little ways down the tunnel. Who's first in the line?
I guess me. 'Cause I
Ronan,
climbed
do you
through
remember-
first.
Ronan, as you get to this intersection, you're pretty sure he said go left. Give me a perception check.
I'm the best at perceiving. Woo! Dirty 20.
Perfect. You remember, yeah, go left, and you look to the right, and you see that it is very dark and very full of spider webs off to your right.
So we split the party.
Which way would you like to go?
I
wanna
take
go right?
2 steps to the right, and then I'll start going back to the
You're
left.
you're crawling through like a ventilation shaft. There is no walking. You are still in the tunnel, in the shaft.
We went up
He's an
the
imposter.
ventilation rift?
Yep, he's in the vents. He's in electrical.
I thought I was just going to the other side of this giant door.
Nope. It's not a close hook around, but this way will pop you out on the other side of the door.
Then
I apologize
left.
for not explaining that well. Okay, so yeah, you're crawling and you look to the right and you just see like hellish spiders and you're like, nah, I'm good, and you go left. It's another 5 minutes of crawling. Lami is causing all kinds of noise. This is not a quiet escape. But after a couple more minutes of crawling, you pop out of the tunnel, or you pop out of another hidden grill that kind of pops down, so you can crawl your way out. And all of you emerge from this tunnel, largely unscathed. And Saldrin kind of, well, I could leave you here. There's really only one way out. You just keep going that way. He points down the way the tunnel went. I can come with you, or I can, make my way elsewhere. I did say I'd get you. I said I'd get you to the edge of the city. Frankly, I kind of agree with Harry that I'm not the biggest fan of your. Sorry, that's rude. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for keeping me from running back into the arms of the mother serpent. I don't know if I want to ever see you again.
That's rude.
Same.
I give him a +1 dagger.
Right in the gut. Oh.
There you go.
You kind of.
Hey, hold
Is
this.
this? What is this?
Thanks.
A really good friend would give me 2, because I have two daggers. And I did get you through that mostly alive.
Do I have a rapier in the bag?
Yeah. I'd say
I
you have
hand him
a +1.
a +1 rapier instead.
This is not. Actually, kind of tucks it in, strikes a pose. Huh. Kind of a jaunty pirate look, I think.
Now,
My
if you
cousin's
get
a-
like one of those like pointy like hats with like an orange feather,
feather.
off of it.
That's.
Yeah.
What? Well, I've got a extended family member who's a pirate. He might have something. Yeah, he's been.
Give me
been
your best R, matey.
Oh no. I'm going for the hat. No.
Oh.
I'm not a pirate. Please. Please. He's very brash and rude. Have any of you ever been to Terraborn? Or any of the other port cities?
Yes.
If
Yep.
you find yourself running into anyone on the Breathless, said the Zadansky, so the captain's a purple tiefling, pretty easy to spot.
I think he died.
She.
Wait. Ronan, who did you kill?
I didn't kill anyone.
You killed somebody. That was a tiefling once.
I'm pretty sure
was
that lady
Keldar,
was
and he
the one that
red.
you doggy paddled from her boat.
How do you know about the boat?
This is not
Well,
Harry
if
speaking.
If you
Yes.
run
This is
into
Mod
someone on the
Gremlin speaking.
Breathless, tell Sendrin his brother says hello.
Sendrin, his brother, says hello.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. No, like, how you doing? Just hi.
I mean, if he asks how I'm doing, tell him I'm alive. I have a cool sword, and I'm looking for a cool hat, and see if he has any ideas.
Fair.
And just tell him I'm not dead, and that I'm doing really, really well for myself. And definitely don't tell him anything about this experience, please.
Cool.
Right. Harry, are you going with these lunatics, or do you want to come back the way we came?
Harry has already walked away toward the exit. He wants nothing to do with these caverns anymore.
Okay. Well, this is awkward because we just said the goodbyes, but I think I'm gonna come with you.
Cool.
'Cause
This is like when two friends say goodbye and then walk in the same direction, and then you just try not to make eye contact for a while. And I start
Yeah.
walking away.
Right. We're not quite friends, but we can do that.
I cast friends. Just kidding.
Fuck off, Robbie. Get out of here. Okay. So as y'all continue your stroll down these caverns, and again, you're seeing a lot of the same sooty black walls under that light from Harry's lantern. However, the further you get from the door, the lighter and lighter the soot and ash and dirt is.
So the fire shit comes from in that circle area with all the machines. So we are now in the backblast zone where we were coming from the ignition port. It's a space station. That's how we get to the moon.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. As you all make your way out, you start to smell familiar deserty smells. You get your first whiff of the outside, and as you turn a corner, you realize that it's getting lighter out. And as you exit, the sun is setting on the opposite side of the city, but you are in a fairly large... You're still in a very large, wide-open tunnel, but it starts to rise up to an incline, and you're starting to see more and more sand on the ground as you come up out of the eastern side, the northeastern side of the city. The sun is setting off behind you, making the entire desert a sea of orange and reds and yellows, but up in front of you, you're starting to see that the first edges of twilight and darkness and stars coming out. More stars than some of you have ever seen before, because there are no clouds for these things to hide behind.
So as we reach the end of the tunnel, Harry is going to make a big show of waving ahead of them, like, here you go. Take a bow and say, I got you here. With Saldrin's help, I've fulfilled my part of the deal. Please stay out of my life. Help the resistance if you can.
Oh no,
But leave me be.
We're going to talk to you every day. I have this magical earpiece that allows me to talk to anyone I want mentally, whenever I want to. And I'm going to talk to you with it every day.
You see the light in Harry's eyes just die right in front of you. He's physically alive, but his spirit is dead.
I can heal that.
Is that a greater restoration or a lesser restoration?
I don't know.
I give Harry 50 gold.
He's just gonna kind of look at that money, look at you, look down at the money, decide, yeah, I'm owed this. Put it in his bags. You said 50.
Yes.
Noted.
Saldrin, who's been taking some time and like occasionally pull, like as it started to get lighter and lighter, would pull out the rapier and just like do a couple of practice like advancing stabs and parries and just kind of playing around with it. Tucks it away. Well, sure, that was plenty of adventure for me for the time being. If you do intend to avoid Harry,
We don't.
then please avoid me.
That just makes me want to not avoid you more.
I'll leave that up to you.
Saldrin, I think you're going to be the best of friends with these people.
Oh no, there can only be one best friend, and I believe that is you.
It's you.
I'm just the humble acquaintance. I'm a friend of a friend. I'm a friend who you go to for help. And maybe...
Right, and I need your help right now. Do you want half of this gold or not?
Maybe a friend who could help you. I mean, I helped you. Maybe you could be friends that help me at some point in the future. How are we splitting this gold? What's happening with this gold?
I'll give you 30 if you get me away from these lunatics.
Why are you giving me more than half? That's not how this is
Because
supposed to
I'm
work. I'm
desperate.
supposed to negotiate up.
Because I'm desperate.
Well, yeah, but okay, 40.
You can have 50.
60.
I don't even have that much.
Well, that's on you. I'll get you out of here for 60.
50 and extra food for your kids.
Oh, why you gotta bring up the kids?
Your wife will be off your back.
Oh, no, she won't. She'll just find something else. All right. Friends of friends, it's been a pleasure. I need to go escort my friend back home. Come on, friend. And he kind of links his arm through yours, and you all start walking off to the side, to the northern.
Hopefully
further
not
north.
through that cavern we just
No.
escaped, right?
No.
Okay, perfect.
At first he starts to, and then realizes that you're not coming along voluntarily, and kind of steers the turn into moving around the north side of the city.
Perfect.
But yeah, the three.
Right, have fun, good luck. Go die somewhere else.
Oh,
What
thank
an
you.
exit, what an exiting line. So the rest of you have found yourselves outside of the city,
Yep.
staring down open desert.
Mommy's just in the background, taking off bits of armor and throwing them behind him until he's
Clean
left
up
with
and
the
come
bits he
off.
had on before.
Please make them reappear on him, please.
They don't reappear as you're taking them off, but underneath them you are wearing your normal clothes. You are wearing the clothes that you were wearing before you left.
Aha!
You are dressed
Can I
for the
recharge
desert.
Fulcrum?
Hmm?
Can I recharge Fulcrum?
You burned 8 charges?
I burned a lot of charges.
You could do that to the rest,
Okay.
or how many charges are you missing?
14.
I'll let you get 6 back right now.
Cool. Hear that, Harry? I'm smashing gems.
That's great. I'm so happy for you.
The sound of a literal fortune being shattered behind you.
You know, I feel like we really
I
did
just
a
threw
lot
all that
for
armor on
Harry.
the ground. I should have given the armor to Harry. It's just
You
sitting there on the
should
ground.
Oh, I pull the helmet back out and hand it to Thalia. Can you figure out what this does?
How important is it? Do we have 10
Not
minutes?
that. Do we want to walk into the middle of the desert right now?
It's nighttime. You really don't want to be doing that.
But nighttime is cool.
Lonnie,
That's-
I would say traveling dusk and dawn are the safest times. Night is also pretty safe. And there will be a decent. The moon is about half full right now, so you'll have plenty of moonlight to see by if you want to strike out right now.
So we're playing D&D at night.
At night. Inspiration for being a bad person. Yeah, what do you want to do? Or you don't want to take a breather here?
Want to sit here for 10 minutes? Actually, I burned a lot of things that would come back after a short rest. Do you guys want to take a short rest?
Sure.
I could go for a rest. We can go get a pint. I know a good place.
I pull out the alchemy jug and I say,
Mayonnaise.
IPA. Does it fill up with IPA?
I think. Hold on. You're literally the first player I've ever had ask me for an alcohol jug.
You can use an action to name one liquid from the table below.
I would give you beer.
It does say beer. It can make 4 gallons of beer.
Yeah, that'll get one of you drunk.
I make 4 gallons of beer.
Okay.
I hand it to Lami.
What? You need a cup.
No, you just drink out of it.
Oh, and then like pass it around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you're
this
saying
like
1 alchemy jug on the wall, 1 alchemy jug. Take it down, pass it around. There's still 1 alchemy jug on the wall.
Inspiration for making the first actual joke of the evening. So you two are passing the alchemy jug. Sip, 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 slurp. Dahlia, are you identifying this helmet?
Yep.
Thalia, would you like any slurps from the jug?
Where did you get a helmet?
From the bag. I was gonna give armor to Harry, but he's kind of being a dick!
Harry's gone.
Long gone.
Harry died.
You remember
Harry
his
died in those
quick little
tunnels.
speed? Yeah, he used it.
So, Thalia, this helmet, when it's attuned to the wearer, which basically you just have to wear it and get comfortable with it, and the helmet kind of attunes to you. There's a faint resistance to it. When you kind of, like, as you're pushing against it, there's almost a resistance to your hands pushing on, like, touching it. Moving slowly kind of puts your hands on it. When you're wearing this, this helmet, in addition to just the being a +1 helmet, it gives you 10 temp HP that recharges every hour.
It's an overshield.
It's just a regular shield. You gotta get the rest of the armor pieces for that.
Where did I come from? It's my new quest.
I like how we're like, we're gonna go figure out Lami's thing. And Chris is like, I want my own Master Chief suit.
Suit.
It's like the skull
You can't
hunt
wear it.
all
You have
over
unarmored
again.
defense. It
I
doesn't
know,
work for you.
but
You gotta do a D glitch and double misty step through a wall.
You were saying, Rachel?
I will let Ronan know my findings.
well, that's pretty cool. Do you want it?
I don't know how well it works.
It would kind of clash with your red getup, I suppose.
I mean, I got reds and purples and blues and yeah.
You also would not be able to play your wind instruments without taking it off. It is a full head helmet.
Is it a full? Okay. I know you said there was something down the middle, so
Yeah,
I also
there
can't,
is
play anything with this, so
I take it and I put it on top of Lami's head like a crown.
yeah, it doesn't get around his cheekbones.
This is not for me, Ronan.
It won't like slurp around your body eventually because it's magical.
But why don't
There's
you?
a bolt of lightning that kind of kicks it off of his head and sends it spiraling off into the desert nearby. Like
I
50
run
feet
after
away.
it.
Come back.
I'll put it back in the bag. Have we short rested?
maybe Robbie or Firo would like it.
Maybe.
So that is
Firo is a jelly robot now, though.
Right. Thalia, what do you want to do tonight?
I mean, we should probably get some travel in.
That is a very
Flight's
motivated
good.
answer.
Safer here, or safer. I'd rather rest in the bubble during the day, where we could stay in like a nice, cool, refreshing atmosphere.
Yep, fair.
Lami is the person with the internal compass. Do you want to lead? Because there's a
kind
faint
of have to,
tugging
don't I?
sensation further off to the northeast.
Follow that spidey sense.
Okay. The sun sets behind you all as you start walking. For those of you who are not from Kondo, walking in sand is a very deep experience. Or not deep. It's a very different experience, especially deep sand. Thalia, you've run on beaches. You've handled a lot of stuff like that. This is an order of magnitude greater. There are no rocks. There are no wet parts of the sand for you to finally get a little bit of traction. Ronan, for someone who's used to deep snow, this is also not your area of expertise. There are some similar motions to it, just kind of the feeling everything kind of sucking at your feet as you're walking. But it is, especially with still some of the residual heat from the day, a little exhausting. Lami is a local, it takes a little bit, but you fall right into it.
Literally, or like
You face first. No, you get back into the groove. You understand kind of how to walk. There's an old Kondoan story that you're supposed to walk without rhythm in the desert. It's an old superstition that no one ever really follows. There have been plenty of armies have fought out here and not been eaten by a giant sand monster because they all march in formation. But some of the more superstitious nomads will tell you to walk arrhythmically, step, drag, things like that, varying your pace.
single file to hide your numbers.
Another good idea. But as you continue making your way out, further and further, leaving the city behind, can I get a round of perception checks from folks?
$19.
Ronan?
23. No, 22. The 17 plus 5.
14.
14. Lami, your focus... Where's your focus? What's on your mind?
Oh, I have a lot. There is no focus. There's a lot going on.
Okay. It's kind of dialed into your spidey sense.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going with it. What could go wrong?
Okay. The rest of you, as you're starting to move, you're feeling there's a bizarre, sharp temperature drop that happens as soon as that sun gets behind the horizon, and you're starting to see some of the nightlife come out. As you are walking, you're seeing small tracks in the sand from small, normal-sized scorpions. You're seeing...
I don't like the way you said that.
There was a giant scorpion in the tunnel that you missed. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But a lot of just like smaller nightlife. You're hearing and seeing more of the nature. But those of you who are looking up, sort of looking forward towards the horizon, as the moon comes up from behind the mountains, there's one of the mountains all of a sudden looks like there's a hole in it. The moonlight is coming through. It's just a faint little circle across the moon. And a few moments later, as the moon rises up, looking larger than any of you have seen it before, that image, that illusion kind of disappears. And all of you are kind of looking at it, and that is what Lami is oriented on. It's just moving. How long are you guys going to walk this evening?
Well, we woke up late, right?
Yeah, you guys woke up at like noonish? 1 o'clock-ish?
So I guess until like 11?
You guys are all put in a 12-hour day?
Or no, I guess we could do more than that.
Go until like.
Because we want to be awake during the nighttime.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe
if
until
you
the
guys
sun
want to
starts
push
coming
hard,
up.
if you want to
We're
push hard,
transitioning to night shift, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I need a Red Bull.
I'm gonna need
Saying to the alchemy jug, energy drink.
monster. Go ahead, say monster into the alchemy jug. I dare you.
What could go wrong? It says on the table.
Can I get as you guys are hiking? Can I get Constitution saving throws, please?
Are we within 10 feet of Lami?
Just thinking that.
Lami, are you sticking with the group?
With group good. I mean, we're all walking
So what does
together.
that do for us? +4?
I think it's a +5 now. That's still 4. Still 4.
16.
Okay.
31. 17 + 14.
Jesus. Lami, what'd you get?
19.
19. Okay. So Thalia, your part of it is your shorter legs. You're taking more steps per step than everybody else. But over the course of this long, sort of arduous hike, you're feeling after the day you had, it's starting to wear on you a little bit. You're not quite exhausted, but you know it's on its way. But it is beautiful out this evening. It is the closest thing you've seen to it. There were a couple of nights where you were out sailing to different islands in the ancient archipelago without your parents knowing, just looking up and seeing just open sky. But now this is this ocean you can walk on. But you're feeling that exhaustion start to sink in. What you do with that information is up to you.
I keep going.
Keep on trucking. Amazing.
I refuse to be the weakest link.
Excellent. Can I get another round of Constitution saving throws? Thalia, yours at disadvantage, please. If you'd like to bardically inspire yourself, I will give you that.
I think that's level 14.
Oh no, that's right. You can't do. Fuck.
I can't do it yet.
Don't worry, we'll get you there.
It only lasts for 10 minutes. Would there be a way that I could cast Bolster Magic on her that would affect this roll?
So, considering your history of keeping an eye on Thalia and giving her a boost when she seems low, I'll leave that up to Thalia. Thalia, are you, like, how visible is it that you're starting to tire? Or are you going to put on a brave face? I'll leave that up to
she'll
the
put
narrative.
on a brave face, but it's not. She can only do so much. Because think of it as like when we marched during band camp and I died a lot, and you were like, "No, your tenors come off."
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, "No, I'm good." And you're like, "No."
Okay,
And
so yeah,
since
I
it's
would
such a long
100%.
thing, I could burn 2, just to make it last a little longer.
The bolstering magics.
Mm-hmm. So you get to add a D3. I've just been rolling a D4, and if it's a 4, I
Reroll.
re-roll it.
I realize now that you've done more like inspiring things than the bard with bardic inspiration.
Shut up.
That's because whenever she would give it to anyone, no one would use it.
Rhoda's like, I got you. He's a barbarian inspiration. Slap you on the back. I'm a D3.
It feels like a potion in a game. You're like, I can't use this yet. Mm-mm.
And then you
Gotta
get to the end
save
of the game and you're like, what if I need this during the boss fight?
Look at all this bardic inspiration I have.
14.
14. Yeah. What's everyone else's con saves?
29.
30.
Plus 14. He beat me.
Thalia, was that with the +4 from Lami? Okay. So about that next step, the next couple of hours of traveling, Thalia, you will suffer a level of exhaustion as you are just trekking across, pretty blindly across open desert, just making your way
Downtown.
and you notice that Thalia is starting to flag behind a little more. Just as the night goes on, it's probably about night just fell. You guys have been hiking for probably, I'd say like 4 to 6 hours, with a couple of like short stops in there just to catch your breath and where the views are gorgeous. But you guys have hiked well into the night.
So it's like midnight though.
Are
Are we talking like
you are past midnight? The moon is no
Past
longer
midnight.
directly overhead. It's like 1 or 2 in the morning. The witching hour is approaching.
Thalia, would you like to give me a piggyback ride? I think I said that wrong. Would you like a piggyback ride?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to tire you out, though.
Well, we're gonna get to sleep anyway. And I'm big.
But, I mean, are you sure I won't slow you down?
I'm sure. You could even sit on my shoulders like a small child. You would be very tall.
Okay.
Thalia, when was the last time you rode on somebody's shoulders like this?
Probably when I was a kid.
How does it feel to be back in that kind of position again? But instead of your dad, it's your best friend, and instead of looking out at an ocean, it's just more sand.
I feel sad that I'm the weakest link.
At least there's not a mean British lady standing off in the corner going, "Goodbye." Bow, 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 bow.
Thalia, as you're sitting on Ronan, the top of Ronan's head, you feel a tap, 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 tap at your leg. And you look down, and there's a small toy figure of Ronan just kind of poked up. Hi. You're not normally up here.
No.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, you look tired. You look really tired.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. Is Ronan okay? This being said in a whisper that Ronan can absolutely hear.
I'm gonna pull out one of my 12 pastries and tear it in half and hand half of it to Adelaide and half of it to Thalia.
Just over the shoulder. 2 pieces of pastry. She goes, ooh.
I think these are blueberry.
Ooh. They taste purple. Why is it a blueberry if it tastes purple? Thalia, it's still weird watching a stuffed doll eat a pastry. Just doesn't go anywhere. But this one now, there's now a blue kind of smudge around her mouth. She goes, okay, well, there was somebody new up here and I wanted to say hi, but it wasn't the rat person or anything like that. So, hi.
Hi.
Ronan, can I come out and like see what's going on? Is that okay?
Sure.
Can I sit with you? Miss, can I sit with you?
Oh, I thought you were talking to him.
Yeah, you're parked up on the shoulders. Sorry.
Oh,
Can I?
yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she kind of climbs her way up, kind of.
I'll
It
help.
goes in my mouth.
Yeah, there's a point where like the one foot is like kicking against Ronan's chin. Lami has probably just continued to focus and truck forward. And you guys continue to hike. Can I get another con save from Lami and Ronan? Ronan, can I get it at disadvantage from you because you're carrying an extra body?
27, low roll.
27.
Beautiful. Y'all are great. And you guys finish your next 2 hours and you see the sun, you see the horizon starting to lighten in front of you. Lami, is your sense of where you guys want to go is getting stronger. This pull is getting stronger and more visceral. It's kind of, at first it was kind of a tug, like someone's tugging on your ear. Now it's someone is leading you by the nose. This way. This way. We would have been here by now if you hadn't turned back for them.
Been here by now? I thought this was like 18 years away.
Yes. But I made you lightning. I carried you on the wind until you said no and turned around.
Yeah, that was pretty weird, to be honest.
You will not be granted that leniency again, my champion.
Yeah, that's fine. No lightning, thank you.
We will work on your obedience later.
And cool it with the blue armor. I'm going to get robbed. It's gonna happen. I need to look.
I want to see them try and take from you.
Oh, I just give it to them. I don't need it. I don't want it. It's blue and shiny.
If they take from you, they steal from me, and that is a violation that I will not let sit by.
Are you gonna lightning them?
You will.
Just like,
Do not let them steal from you, my knight. You are my champion, and they will fear you and know better. Remember that.
What do you want to do with this
Son of
axe?
mine. That question remains unanswered on the breeze. As
Hello?
the sun is rising.
Hello.
Oh, so sorry, Ronan.
The sun is rising. You find a faint dip between some sand dunes that should be at least a little bit of shade, and someone's not going to stumble directly into your camp. Y'all gonna set up camp? What do y'all do?
What is our camp? A bubble. It's a bubble, dog.
Set up your bubble.
It's a bubble.
What if we bury the bubble in sand? Then we'll never
I was
be
about to ask that. Can
move the earth.
yeah, does move earth work on sand?
Sure.
It's earth.
Do you want to do something fancy with your big hammer?
So it's mold earth I can just do without using a charge because it's a cantrip. It says I can target an area of loose earth, sand,
I would count that.
Very loose.
and excavate it along the ground to deposit it 5 feet away. This movement doesn't have enough force to cause damage. And it would be like a 5-foot cube, which is honestly pretty big when you think about a 5-foot cube. So I can just do that and like make us like a hole.
You're in between a pair of sand dunes. You're in like
but,
open
like,
desert.
down a little more.
Okay. Yeah. If you wanna excavate out a little spot for the bubble.
Because how tall's the bubble?
10 feet.
10 feet tall?
So you could absolutely carve out.
10-foot radius.
So yeah, 10 feet. It's a flat bottom, I think. So yeah, it'd be like 10 feet tall and 10 feet all around. So you'd have to do a little more earth moving to make it really fit, but it'll also kind of. I've always pictured it kind of just like inflating like a balloon and just kind of like popping itself out this little piece of reality. Rachel, if your version does something different, let me know. That's just always the mental image I've had.
I have to think about that.
Wow, that's 6,000 pounds of sand.
Yeah, if you carve out, if you're not using a space that's already half empty.
I did the math. No, the 5 foot by 5 foot cube.
What?
That's 6,000 pounds of sand.
And that's cantrip.
Perfect.
So yeah, but yeah, if you wanna pop your bubble as the sun is starting to rise, and you all crawl inside. Any thoughts? Any conversations you want to have before you pass out? Sally.
Thalia, how's the note, the randomly not being able to talk thing?
Fine for now. I don't know.
Okay. Because I've been putting in a lot of time into Celestial, and I think it's getting pretty good.
It is. You were able to understand a lot of that conversation.
I could. Why it was guarding its turkeys, I was a little confused. But
Similar. It's like how, like a kid can refer to like a goat or, sort of thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yes.
Yeah. Kind of that same idea.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Lami,
Yep.
should we be worried about giving this axe away?
It really could go 2 ways.
Which 2 ways? Because we're walking 1 way.
Good and bad. They're all in the one way. But when we get there, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Cool.
Yeah. It's
Do you feel good about this?
kinda.
Insight check.
Lami, do you want to contest?
I don't.
That's a 19.
Let's give it a go. Let's see.
Basically,
Nine.
I'm trying to suss out if you're more scared than not scared.
Oh, I'm scared. You have figured that out.
Cool.
Everything's great. How are you?
I pull the alchemy jug back out and just hand it to him.
Thank you.
The new beer me pocket is born.
I said we need that for water tomorrow because we'll die.
Huh?
All right. I mean, bedtime? Do we want to keep watch? Should we keep watch? We should keep watch.
You really think we need to keep watch?
Yes, it's a desert. I don't know what's out here.
Things
Are
get
there
weird.
desert mammoths?
There's a lot of things in the desert that you wouldn't think live in the desert.
Desert myths?
That I would bet within the next bit you're gonna see some things in the desert.
Sand myths?
That, yes. Very big tusks.
All right, are you watching? Are you taking watch or are you not taking watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Thalia, are you awake for this part of the conversation, or are you? The bubble went up and she was out. Okay.
She's below of exhaustion.
Yeah, as this conversation's happening, Thalia was like, picturing her like trying to jot down notes of what happened, just kind of. So as you two are discussing about taking watch, and Thalia's just like quietly asleep in the corner.
Nap time.
Nappy naps. So, before we wrap, can I get perception checks from the two people keeping watch? Unless someone wants to wake up Thalia and incur the wrath of an angry, sleepy angel.
That's never a good idea. She'll
That's
start
right,
counting.
You're a morning person, I'm sorry.
Wow, thanks for assuming.
That you're a morning person?
On everything. Who says I'm angry in the morning?
I mean,
Rachel's
I'm
never
always
That's fair.
angry.
I'm sorry. That was I take away inspiration from myself for being an asshole, and I'm sorry.
Mark down disappointed on your
Oh
sheet.
no! Status effect. Bummed. Rachel is disappointed in me.
Hashtag bummer, dude.
Can I get perception checks from these two boys?
22.
11. A lot of 11s tonight.
Amazing. Who went
Can
first? Ronan went
I
first?
think I did. Can I suss out the North Star while I'm out here?
Yeah, you've got an idea where north is.
Okay.
You've been heading
After
just to the right of it.
Oh. After Lami falls asleep, I'm just kind of going to sit and look at it for like a minute or two. And just kind of think about the cold north and the last time I was looking up at the sky. I'm just going to say, I haven't forgotten about you. And if you're still watching over me, watching over my friends would be pretty cool. I am a little terrified of the death thing, though.
One second, please. Need to roll.
A sandworm comes out of the ground and eats us all.
No, sand myth.
If it swallows the bubble, if it's big enough to go around the bubble, what happens?
Well, it's what happens when the bubble's gone.
They're sinking cities
Why
with a
would you
giant
ask?
worm.
That wasn't what I was rolling for, but that's
Oh.
because we're going to find out next week what happened
Oh,
with the
okay.
perception checks.
Oh.
However,
Is your girlfriend the moon? No, the North Star.
there is... The temperature in this bubble is controlled, comfortable,
HVAC in the bubble. Oh, yeah.
but there is a gentle, cold touch to your chest, Ronan. Like someone resting their hand on it, gently pressing, like a mother saying, "Don't worry, I'm here." Just 2 pushes of that, and then it fades. And that, with Ronan staring up at the night sky and the rest of the party asleep around him, as the sun is rising, is where we will wrap tonight's session. So, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for playing. It's lovely to see you as always on our Wednesdays. It's my favorite day of the week. Like, no joke. This is my favorite part. And yeah, I think we'll wrap, and we should be back next week. We'll see. We'll see what the holidays have to say about that, because Thanksgiving is a whirlwind of a time for everybody. So
There are pies to make.
there is food to be made. So, with that being said, thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for playing, and we will see you all in the future sometime. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Do they have human nails or cat nails?
Both.